So hit new game.
New game. It looks like it's a small world.
England in 1592. There begins our tale, and all of it is
So
true.
it's not echoing with that.
All of London newborn in great expanse, covering,
I'm not gonna
walking,
turn the light on.
weeping sores and leaving thousands dead.
Singing about the plague. Drag left. Like this?
From towns and cities,
Can I go back?
they did flee,
No.
Apparently not.
leaving their patients to die in misery.
But one brave doctor stayed when all the cowards fled. Might have to be because he was too sick
Put
to
his
leave
face
his
on
bed.
their little shop sign. And he's even got like plague sores. Or maybe that's from the methamphetamine.
Alas, 'tis my final hour. I will surely die. I am too far gone to recover, and for the plague there is no cure.
Oh man.
Unless,
What do you want me to do?
unless a cure might be found in the stars.
Nope. Choose one zodiac to diagnose the condition. How might I be cured of the plague?
It looks like this might be a tutorial, so like you have to pick the one. But
You
later
think
on,
so?
Yeah, but later
So
on. you-
Sagittarius. Should Foreman use this reading? I have the plague, characterized by a loss of appetite, immoderate thirst, and pus-filled swellings behind the ears, disgusting, in the armpits, and in the groin. These are symptoms of a fever provoked by excess sanguinity in the liver. Jupiter domicile in Sagittarius. This indicates a severe imbalance of the blood humor. Blood humor? I guess so. I don't freaking know. I mean, it didn't give me other
Let me see
choices.
now. According to the stars, the way to cure the plague is to treat the fever it provokes. Oh, can it be true? Might a disease so monstrous as the plague be cured by treating it as if it were an exceeding bad fever? Then I must use powerful herbs to bring the fever to crisis and break it. Let me see now. Angelica and dandelion for heat, borage to provoke sweating.
What does he need me for?
Infuse
He
them in
seems to
wine.
know.
Strain and distill the mixture
He
to
seems to
produce
know exactly what's going
a
on.
most powerful strong water.
I do think this is probably a like tutorial kind of thing, where it's setting you up how to do it in the future.
Gotcha.
But I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit more.
Huzzah! I am cured!
Just 'cause
I
of
shall
that.
now go forth with my miraculous strong
all
water
good, he
to
don't
cure
know.
all London of the plague.
Great, good for you. Case summary. Querent. I don't know what half of these words mean. Simon Foreman, 13th of October, 1592. How might I be cured of the plague? I judged my plague symptoms as being provoked by a fever. I invented a new kind of strong water to cure it. Letter of recommendation. What do these things up here do?
I don't really know.
I shall cure Londoners of the plague. So wondrous will be my work that plays and songs will be writ in my honor. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Nope. We're back to the small world.
And use it on himself, then left his house to restore London to health.
Huzzah! 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 Simon Foreman,
He cured us of the plague, 'tis true.
some details are a little vague, but we know he used astrology and doses of strong water, so won't he be a proper licensed doctor?
That sounds like a lawsuit to me.
Here comes a lady queer and a little wearily. My name is Avis Allen, what can her trouble be?
It's gets his face on this thing again. She didn't get her own face. See, that's foreshadowing. We knew he would become the doctor.
God give you good day, madam. How may I...
Are you Mr. Foreman? Mr. Simon Foreman, the doctor?
Aye, madam. I am indeed Dr. Simon Foreman. I bid you welcome to my consulting chambers. Mistress
Allen, Mistress Avis Allen of Lambeth.
Pray tell me your age, if you please, madam.
I am 33 years of age.
And how might I do you service this day, Mistress Allen? Pray describe your troubles to me.
Well, the pain started full late last eve upon retiring to
pregnant?
bed. Oh, not that I am in the habit of retiring so late, but my husband did desire a special supper of cold meats to celebrate and give thanks in any case,
I think she's
it started in the
Try not to
night
say
and
anything.
it continued until dawning. That being the pain in my head and the chundering.
What
A
is
moment whilst I
chundering?
make note of this.
Does this game have a
Headache
dictionary?
and involuntary purging. Is that all?
Aye, that is all.
Headache and morning sickness?
Thinking on it, my complaint to seem most trifling. And you,
What does it say? Involuntary
you are
purging?
doubtless busy with important cases. Oh,
sounds
like
like
the plague! Yea, verily, mayhap I should not have come after all. Good day, Dr. Foreman. I beseech you, pardon me, for I have wasted your time.
Prithee, do not go. For I assure you, madam, your case verily is important to me. And 'tis important to you, is it not, Mistress Allen? Else you would not have come this day.
Well, aye.
Let us consult the stars now then, shall we? What is the cause of Mistress Allen's suffering?
Okay. Are you gonna give me more than one option this time? Because... No? I was up all night with headache and chundering. What caused my suffering? Okay, well, this is Scorpio, and this is Cancer, and Cancer usually has something to do with motherhood and, children, so... Saturn in detriment and retrograde. This suggests a mild imbalance of black bile in the body. Okay. Oh, I guess it kind of tells me. Mercury. Scorpio, ruler of the reproductive system. Okay, this indicates a disturbance of the mind. Sure. Go forward.
You are
Okay.
with child, Mistress Allen. 'Twas the reason for your celebration last evening, methinks?
Aye. But how did you know?
I can see it in my chart, madam. There is a planet
Yes.
aligned with Scorpio at present, Scorpio being the constellation that rules over such matters. Pray tell, how long has it been since your monthly courses?
It has been 14 weeks since my courses, and yesterday I did feel the child quicken. So, indeed, 'twas the cause for our celebration, as you say. For I have been with child before, you see, but 'tis never. And Mr. Allen and I do pray this one will be born alive.
There, dear lady. The presence of the planet Mercury in my chart does suggest you suffer from anxious passions on account of your condition. And given your ill-favoured history, I warrant 'twas the twin burdens of hope and fear that provoked your troubles last evening.
Oh, I see.
Pray take this flask of wine, madam. It has been infused with cloves, ginger root, and cinnamon. Drink of it each morning, and you should soon feel much improved.
Verily, I will do as you advise. I thank ye heartily, sir. Fare you well, Dr. Foreman.
Fare you well, Mistress Allen.
Okay. Case summary. Avis Allen, seen on the 28th of November. She did present with symptoms of headache and involuntary upward purging. She was with child. Okay. Oh. Almost a little over halfway to my letter of recommendation. Not that I need it because I already have my face on a sign over here.
Good day, sir. You are Simon Foreman, the physician, are you not? These are your rooms.
Indeed, I am he, and well met, sir. Be it Thomas Blagg I have the honor of welcoming to my humble consulting chambers, the Dean of Rochester Cathedral?
Indeed, 'tis I, Thomas Blagg. Though it is not upon church business that I come to you this day. 'Tis upon a matter of my own that I require counsel. I have lately been offered some very lucrative investment opportunities. And, well, it is said that God speaks to us through the stars, does he not?
Indeed he does. 'Tis well known that astrology is but a conduit for the word of God, as interpreted using scientifical means. And now, these investments of which you speak, pray tell of them, if you please.
2 merchant ships will shortly set sail on very lucrative trading expeditions. I do not possess the coin to invest in both. Hence, I must choose between them. And I must choose very wisely indeed. For sea voyages are most perilous, and if my ship were to founder or be captured by pirates, I would lose my entire investment.
Aye, forsooth, 'twould be most lamentable, to say nothing of the poor souls who might lose their lives.
Who are, naturally, the greater of my concerns.
Aye, naturally. And whither might these ships be bound?
The first is bound for the Spice Islands of the East. 'Tis a voyage to be undertaken by a ship named the Conquering Cherub. The other is the Pride of Yarmouth. She is to bring back sugar from the Americas. Have you now the information you require? Then perchance you may divine for me upon which of these 2 ships our Lord God has bestowed his divine blessing.
Aye, Dean Blagg, we may now consult the stars. Should Thomas Blagg invest in the voyage of the Conquering Cherub, or that of the Pride of Yarmouth?
Okay. Should Foreman use this reading? I'm assuming this is the Conquering Cherub, is A, because it's the first one he mentioned, and B is the Pride of Yarmouth. Read the stars by selecting highlighted sections. Okay, so the ship's name should evoke a child who is victorious in battle. Okay. Blake's investments in a trading voyage will result in a change of fortune for him. This represents a change in fortune. The ship's name should evoke a woman who partakes in a marriage. This represents femininity. Conquering Cherub or the Pride of Yarmouth. Journey and marriage. I'm guessing this one, children. I don't know. He wants money and maybe a wife, I guess.
First, I must advise you that your investment will bring about a change in fortune for you.
I should hope so. Indeed, it is the reason for my desire to make such an investment. But in which ship?
You must invest in the Bride of Yarmouth.
The Bride of Yarmouth? The bride? But how on earth?
Allow me to explain, Dean Blagg. In the house of marriage, we see the planet Venus, which does represent femininity. And what is the feminine element of a wedding? 'Tis the bride. Ergo, the Bride of Yarmouth. Do you now see? I assure you, my logic is most sound.
Doubtless it is, though 'tis of no use to me, for I said nothing of a ship called the Bride of Yarmouth. 'Twas the Pride of Yarmouth. Pride, with a P.
Ah, verily. But I...
Oh, tush, Dr. Foreman. I will not judge you harshly, for in truth I too do oft find myself thus befuddled. We elder gentlemen cannot expect to be as sharp as once we were, can
Oh
we?
man, I'm gonna lose my letter
Sir,
of recommendation.
I hardly think we're of the same age.
Prithee,
They're
sirrah.
really gonna fire
As much
me.
as I would love to bide and discourse with you, it is almost time for my afternoon nap. Mayhap you would benefit from one also. Good day, Dr. Foreman, and keep ye well.
I guess I didn't understand what he was asking for. Querent did wish to know which of 2 trading expeditions would make the better investment. I did advise to invest in the voyage of the Bride of Yarmouth. Oh, well, what are you gonna do?
Tomorrow, sir. Pray tell, are these the consulting chambers of Simon Foreman, Doctor of Astrology and Physic?
Indeed, 'tis I, Dr. Simon Foreman. And your name, madam?
Emma Sharp of Shoreditch, sir. 25 years of age.
Welcome, Miss Sharp. And how may I do you service this day?
Well, 'tis a trifle delicate. A man has asked me to be his wife. A dear, kind man, but I fear you will think me cold, Dr. Foreman.
There, madam, whatever is the matter?
Well, he is exceeding advanced in years. I do worry he may not be long for the world, and if he were to die, I do not think I could bear it. Verily, I would not. Indeed.
Was Moaning Myrtle voicing
I'd rather
this
not
woman?
marry him at all. Am I very heartless, Dr. Foreman?
Nay, not
It
in the
kinda
least,
sounds-
madam. Your fears are most
You're not
reasonable.
wrong.
The man in the winter of his life is indeed more likely to die. I assure you, madam, 'tis a medical fact.
I wonder if
But
turn this.
methinks you wish to know whether this man be afflicted with a grave health condition, do you not?
There you go.
To wit, any ailment that might soon prove fatal?
Yeah, I was
Forsooth I
watching that.
do. That is my question precisely. Why, Dr. Foreman, 'tis as if you have a gift for reading minds.
Merely the gift of logical surmise, madam. Let us see whether a judgment of the stars may calm your fears. Does Mr. What was your gentleman's name?
Mr. George Middleton, a wool merchant.
Does Mr. Middleton have any ailments that might hasten his death?
Have any grave health conditions? Mild enchantment cast by a witch. And this suggests the possibility of death. Mercury is severe vertigo, a fear of heights. Mr. Middleton suffers from a cardiac passion, a condition that may end in death. Mr. Middleton has been bewitched. The enchantment may prove fatal. Suffers from dropping down of the piss, characterized by involuntary urination. It is exacerbated when combined with his fear of heights. Well, this represents an imbalance of phlegm. The illness cannot be cured. And this suggests a mild imbalance of black bile. I really don't understand. There's like nothing to help me understand how this is supposed to be played. Well, you know, maybe he can't control his bladder. That seems fair.
Mistress Sharp, I have exceeding excellent news for you. Mr. Middleton has only the most trifling of ailments, dropping down of the piss. Though I must advise you that marrying a man who suffers from dropping down of the piss would pose certain, laundry-related challenges. But widowhood is not likely to be one of them. At least, not imminently.
Blessed day! What wondrous news!
However, there is one other small thing in my chart. It seems your future husband does also suffer from an unreasonable fear of heights. Such a fear could aggravate Mr. Middleton's condition. He would be advised to avoid tall buildings, bridges, and mountains. Or at least be sure he takes a change of breeches along with him on any such outings.
Oh, verily? Then I will follow your advice most carefully, Dr. Foreman. I will now.
So wait, am I just supposed to tell these people what they want to hear?
Marriage.
Is that it? Do I just tell them what they want to hear? Because she was pleased with the reading I gave. And so I get my letter of recommendation. I won't be fired yet. Public notice. Beware, is the man treating you a qualified licensed doctor? London has lately been importuned by low-born charlatans claiming the title of doctor. These men have never attended university and therefore cannot be trusted. Any man found to be practicing medicine without a medical license shall be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Dr. Richard Smith, President, College of Physicians. Okay.
Murdering would those doctors come.
Murdering those doctors come.
Oh, so you are going to be fired. Huh?
Murdering one fine day.
They're going to kill you instead.
Those doctors
Those doctors will they slave on earth, slave on earth. Will they send him to jail?
They sent him to jail.
Topic
What's the
jail.
meaning of this warning being put about by the College of Physicians? Do they mean to do me harm? It is true that I do not have a medical license. What am I to do? Mayhap the stars will advise me.
The authority the licensed doctors of London hold is primarily owing to their wealth and privilege. There is much that they do not know about physic. The Church of England can help me, for the Archbishop of Canterbury has a special power to grant medical licenses. This represents a religious authority, the head of the church. The College of Physicians is making war against me. If I am to become the best doctor in London, I must find a way to end this war. Okay, wealth, religion, and ambition, or relationship and service to others. You know what? I don't care about them. Let's be shady.
I see. These doctors have waged war against me, and the only way to stop them is to obtain a medical license. And in the House of Religion... Ah, yes. A reminder that the Archbishop has the power to grant such licenses. Mayhap I will one day find a way to petition him for one. In the meantime, I must serve my querents well, for if I do, they will doubtless favor me with letters of recommendation I can use to petition the University of Cambridge to grant me a license.
I did wish to know how to protect myself from the dark intentions of the College of Physicians. The stars did advise me to petition the Archbishop of Canterbury for a medical license. I may also receive one if my querents, whom I must serve well, give me letters of recommendation. With such letters, I may convince the University of Cambridge to grant me a license. Why are we spelling license like this? This is not correct. Okay.
This man at the door who we've not seen before. Who is this man at the door who we've not seen before?
Who is come to inquire dressed in so strange attire? 'Tis
Signor
Ferrara.
Good day to you, sir. Oh, I see you're having some difficulties. William, fetch my guest a chair.
No, it's good. I am just a little stiff.
As you wish. Mr.
Signor Ricardo Ferrara. I am a gentleman of Venezia, come to make a trade in London.
Venice? 'Tis a fine city, I hear. And how may I do you service this day, Signor Ferraro?
I am come with una problema medicale, and you are most great dottore who does cure all London, huh? You cure Ferraro too, see?
Forsooth, I will seek to do so, Signor. Pray, describe your complaints, if you please.
Is burning when I make the water.
Pain during urination?
See, and is pain down here. Molto pain.
And pain in the lower back.
You have a
Now,
kidney infection.
let us see what the stars can tell us. What ails Signor Ricardo
UTI.
Ferraro?
Okay, I have pain during urination and in my lower back. What ails me? Well, usually Libra rules the back. He suffers from stones in the kidney. This disease can occasion loss of appetite, severe pain in the kidney area, vomiting, and difficulty passing urine. This suggests a severe imbalance of phlegm. He suffers from gout, which is caused by hot, dry humors seeping into the joints of the foot. Well, he didn't have any issues with his feet. He has dysentery. No. Pain in the bowel, faintness, and oily stools. I feel like I'm finally getting this.
Yeah.
It's the Libra. I knew it was.
'Tis a case of stones in the kidney, I regret to say. But worry not, Signor. I will give you an ounce of my strong water to dislodge them. Drink this entire flask when you rise at dawn tomorrow. You may then expect to evacuate the stones by way of your
I don't know,
privy
I'm just
member
guessing.
within
It's
just a few
strong
hours.
water.
Your famous strong water. This water is said to cure the plague, huh? I thank you, Signor Foreman. And now Ricardo Ferraro bids you good day.
Do I get a letter of recommendation? Diagnosed kidney stones. He was a little pleased with me. Well, what else do you want? Yeah, see, he only gave me a little bit of the letter of recommendation. I don't think he would have been happy with anything I said. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. Nothing to do with you. I didn't change that very much.
What are you trying to do?
Make it a little bit
Oh.
different volume. You're good.
So she's not pretty, she has no finesse, but every awkward hero needs his awkward princess. Oh, Avis Allen is back. Okay, I see.
Well,
Oh, I see. So
Mistress
they're going to
Allen.
keep coming back to me
Pray
with
tell,
problems
the
so I
last
can
time
get
I
that
saw you were with
letter of
child, methinks.
recommendation.
Pray tell,
You're the
how
doctor.
fares...
I'd rather not talk about that if you please.
Oh,
I
she
see.
lost the baby.
I am full sorry, madam.
I'm
brings
come
you this?
upon... The
I
matter
beg
that
your
brings...
pardon, madam. I prithee, madam, say on.
I'm come about the new law. I know not what to do, and I would have counsel.
You are in trouble with the law, madam.
Nay, at least not yet, but my neighbours have begun to remark unkindly upon my absences, my Sunday absences from church. I'm afeard one of them may soon denounce me.
Ah, 'tis the Act Against Recusants you speak of. The law that obliges Catholics to attend church and take the English sacrament. You are of the Catholic faith, then, I take it?
I, a Catholic, but as well a law-abiding woman and a full loyal subject of the Queen. Long may she reign.
I do not doubt it, madam.
I want
To take the Protestant sacrament, 'tis heresy, so says the Pope in Rome. I risk being damned to hell if I do it, Dr. Foreman. Verily, I find myself in a most terrible bind.
I see. Damned if you do, yet condemned if you do not. A cruel bind indeed. Let us see if the stars may untangle it for us. Should Mistress Avis Allen attend Protestant church services?
Oh no, not the Protestant church. I am Catholic. Should I obey the law and attend Protestant church services? Heck no, man. Some have the wrong impression of the Allens' wealth and are envious. Indicates jealousy and confusion. Her problem is her female neighbors. Avis must remain strong in her Catholic faith, for when the Queen dies, her successor may revert England back to Catholicism. This advises strength, represents death, and a surprising political event. There may be a creative solution for appeasing the Pope in Rome whilst also honoring England's Protestant legacy. Okay. Mistress Allen risks getting in trouble with the law and being punished by the authorities. It is Mistress Allen's duty to cooperate. I feel like it's... Like, are you telling me this? Or... Some have the wrong impression of her wealth and are envious. What does that have to do with anything? I'm just gonna go with B.
I fear the stars confirm your fears. You must attend church every Sunday, lest you risk being prosecuted for being a recusant.
Oh, but then what of my soul, Dr. Foreman?
Methinks I have a solution for that, madam. If you were to cross your fingers behind your back during the service, any Protestant oath you swear would not count. Of course, you must be sure to stand at the back of the church while doing so that only God may see, and no one else.
Sooth, what an ingenious notion.
Oh, ingenious.
Dr. Foreman, you have saved
You are
me.
dumb, aren't you?
So wise, sir. 'Tis so. Verily, it is most admirable.
Okay, well, I got my letter of recommendation from her.
Admired. The strength of resolve, your devotion to your faith, and your... Madam, would you care to see my collection of Venetian glassware?
I think I would. Indeed, I would like that very well.
Isn't she married? She did wish to know whether she should comply with the law and attend Protestant church services. Methinks the querent is most pleased with me for the reading I gave. Coitus post consultatio. I thought she was married. That's messed up, man. She was married, she just lost her baby. I don't think attending church service at the Protestant church is what she needs to be worrying about. That is not why she's going to hell. But I did get a letter of recommendation, so. Okay.
Good day to you, sir. I am Amelia Masana of Bishopsgate, here for my consultation.
Welcome, Mistress Masana. Masana, 'tis an Italian name, is it not?
Aye, it is, sir. Though I was born in London, my family are from Venice. They did come to London to gain employment as musicians at the royal court.
Ah, I know one of your countrymen, Ricardo Ferrara, another one of my querents. Mayhap you know him? He hails from Venice, too.
No, sir, I do not know him. Venice is a large city, and as such, 'tis home to many thousands of men.
He's a little
And as I
sassy
did
head
mention,
bob.
I was born in London.
Aye, of course. Mayhap we turn our thoughts to what brings you hither this day. Have you a question for me?
Aye, sir, I wish to know what afflicts me, for my belly does begin to swell, and lately I oft find myself chundering after meals.
Swollen abdomen and involuntary upward purging.
It's dysentery.
Well, now, let us consult the stars to judge the cause of these troubles. What is ailing Mistress Amelia Masana?
See, immediately you think she's pregnant. the querent is with child. Or she's suffering from liverworm. Or she's afflicted with a crick in the knees caused by the pressure of excessive weight gain. I don't think that you should tell her.
So you're telling her that she's fat?
Yeah, I don't think you should tell her.
I don't think you should do that. She might
I think it's probably more likely that she's with child.
Everybody seems to be getting
But
pregnant this time.
she didn't say anything about being married. And she might not like us insinuating that she's a whore. But I don't think she would like finding out she has a liverworm either. So, this is a predicament. Maybe we'll say she has a liverworm. See how that
You
goes.
have a fasciola hepatica, commonly known as a liverworm, a worm that has made its home in your liver. This would explain the swelling in your abdomen.
I see. And what of my chunderings, sir?
You may also blame the worm for that, for it seems your uninvited guest is a harsh critic of the meals you send him. When he feels the dish has been over-seasoned, or mayhap when your beef has not been cooked to his liking, he sends it back.
Then how might I expel this verminous intruder? I must own I find the notion of sharing my repasts with a worm right unsavoury.
It is a simple procedure. First you are to fast. After 2 full days without food, the worm will begin to hunger most acutely. Then you must take a bowl of hot pottage. Hold it in front of your nose and breathe deeply of its flavoursome odours. The now starving worm, being tantalized by the smell of your potage, will propel itself out of your liver, up through your intestines, and out through your mouth.
Foreman, I am sorry to inconvenience you, but I believe I'm about to chunder. Would you have a receptacle?
My manservant will assist you with your, William, come hither and assist Mistress Masana!
I don't think she was happy with my... Well, she was a little pleased. But I think she's just pregnant.
Mary Kate is frightened when she spies a looking glass, for 'tis a portal out through which the gates of hell do blast. A deadly and foul wind that comes direct from Satan's mouth.
Oh, the gates of hell in the mirror.
Blessed morrow to you, Dr. Foreman. I am Mary Payne of 4th Street in Lambeth, and come to seek your counsel about my neighbours.
Good morrow, Mistress Payne, and well met. What trouble do your neighbours give you? They play their lutes into the night, perchance? Mayhap a neighbour has cast a malignant spell upon your cabbages.
Why, sir, 'tis no trifling
not
matter.
cabbages.
Indeed, 'tis a matter of grave importance. Doubtless you do know we have a Catholic living on 4th Street. A woman by the name of Avis Allen.
Yes. I did hear tell that Mistress Allen subscribes to the Romish faith. But 'tis no crime to be a Catholic, is it, madam? At least, not at present.
Aye, but harbouring a Jesuit priest is, Dr. Foreman. These evenings past, I have spied a man sneaking in and out of the Allen's house. 'Tis my reckoning, the man is a priest who is going hither and thither all over Lambeth to perform the Catholic Mass and take confessions. Doubtless Mr. Allen is hiding him in one of those little cupboards.
You mean to say you think Mr. Allen has installed a priest hole in his house? A secret room hidden behind the wood panelling of a wall?
Indeed, I do. I am certain that he has such a hole, and that a priest is going in and out of Mr. Allen's hole from dusk till dawn.
Verily? How troubling. But surely you are mistaken, madam, for under the cover of darkness, how can you be sure the man you did spy was not Mr. Allen himself?
Nay, 'twas not Mr. Allen. Mr. Allen is a fine, tall figure of a man, whereas the figure I did spy was very narrow and malformed in appearance. A scrawny little imp of a man he was.
I see.
Now, you must not think me intolerant, Dr. Foreman. If Mistress Allen must cling to her idolatrous backward beliefs, 'tis her own affair, and I have no wish to cause trouble for the Allens. And 'tis true that Mistress Allen does now attend church on Sundays and takes the English sacrament just as she ought to. But we residents of 4 Street are decent English folk. We will not abide an agent of Rome sneaking around our neighborhood, muttering incantations in some devilish foreign tongue.
I think you mean Latin, madam.
But before I act upon my suspicions, I think it wise to know if there be any truth in them.
Then let us see what the stars can tell us. Who is this mysterious stranger, and why does he frequent the Allen's house late at night?
Okay. Alright. Are my neighbors, the Allens, hiding a Jesuit priest? Mistress Payne will die suddenly, mayhap before the end of this consultation. Narrow and malformed, a scrawny little imp of a man. Death and a sudden change. The man Mistress Payne saw harbors cruel intentions towards the Allens' household goods and possessions. This speaks of a relationship with an untrustworthy foreigner. As foreigners are untrustworthy by nature, this element may be of no particular significance. Mistress Allen's maternal instincts have been thwarted by her inability to bear a child, but she stubbornly persists in trying to reverse her infertility. Okay. The stars speak of an educated man who adorns himself in fine clothes. The man Mistress Payne saw is a public enemy who engages in idolatrous worship of the Virgin Mary. In other words, he is a Jesuit priest. I guess.
Ah, 'twould seem the man you saw is a foreigner who's been secreted into the Allen house to aid Mistress Allen with their family difficulties.
Family difficulties? Come, come, Dr. Foreman. Pray speak plain.
Ah, well, as you doubtless know, the Allens have never been blessed with a living child. Mayhap 'tis the belief of Mistress Allen that the seed of a foreigner would prove more powerful than the, demonstrably less successful seed of Mr. Allen.
Then 'tis naught but adultery, fornication with a foreigner. Mistress Allen will pay dearly for such sinning. Her soul will be damned to an afterlife, beset by the exquisite tortures of hell's capricious demons.
Aye, well, according to scripture, that is technically true.
But to harbor a Jesuit priest is a far greater evil. We must be glad that Mistress Allen commits naught but the sin of adultery, conducted late at night, with a man who gives forth strong foreign seed. You have given me much to think on, Dr. Foreman. Blessed day.
I am glad to have been of service, Mistress Payne.
Alright, I don't know if she was happy or not. Oh, she was pleased, okay. Yeah, kinda. Everybody click on that?
I didn't click that.